Wow, look at the dust storm across the road there. I'm glad it's not like that over on this side. It's a different soil type. Man, nasty. Just a big cloud of dirt, dust. Well, after one of the windiest days ever, all day yesterday, and actually all through the night, finally calmed down early this morning, and then it started raining. Got a little bit of rain this morning. Hobbs, what do you think about this rain? How was breakfast? Well, good morning. It is a beautiful morning in camp this morning, waking up to... Okay, let's cut that horrible noise off. This was the beginning of a bunch of problems I had with my recording setup, camera, and microphone, but that's a story for another time. This is departure day here. I'm just going to overdub this section. Just kind of commenting and reflecting on how nice this area was. Relatively trash-free, although over here in the bushes there was a lot of old remnants of just rusted steel, bundles of barbed wire that are all rusted out, look like from ages ago. Stuff that I'm not really set up to haul off, but I did take a lot of time to pick up all the bottle caps and cigarette butts in the area. And this fire ring here looked like a truck had just run right through it. The rocks were spread all over and there was nails all about, so I rebuilt the fire ring. I used my magnet bar to drag in the soil and dirt to pick up all the nails. And it looked like this little creosote and yucca over here next to it had been run over too. So I took the time to prune up the yucca there with my pruners and make little rock rings around them just to kind of protect them a little bit. And just beautify the camp a little, make it more inviting for the next campers. So they come in and everything is nice and tidy and inviting. And it just was a nice little project for a day to spend some time cleaning things up. And overall, yes, this was just a very peaceful, quiet stay. We were like the only campers out here. But it is time to move on. The adventure continues. Okay, it is time to roll on out of here. Oh, it's a beautiful, calm morning. Hate to travel on a nice, calm day, but it does have its benefits. Just be a nice day to spend at camp. Okay, we're gonna make our way back to the pavement. This was a relatively smooth road coming in here. Couple dips here and there, but not too bad. We probably got a good 2.5 hour drive ahead of us. We head into the next bigger town city to resupply, so we'll just sit back and enjoy the ride. Tried to get an early start. It is right about 8 a.m. Wanted to get into town before noon to get my errands done, so should work out. Away we go. Okay, we are going to try this random dirt road here. Just zoomed in on Google satellite view. Saw a dirt road with some little pull-offs. This was the pull-off I saw, and it's occupied, so I may be going in here and turning it around. We'll see how it pans out. If I remember right, scanning on satellite view, there was only like 3 spots, so I'm going to assume they're all occupied. Oh, be able to find something here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to grab this. Okay, we'll call that good. one of the best parts about having this window in the back door now, so I can see in the morning when the sun is starting to come up. Look at this. Oh, I think we're in for a pretty day today. Alright, well, we managed to get settled in at camp here. We'll take a little look around where we ended up. Pretty nice spot right at the base of this mountain range here, which is just stunning. Kind of like the last camp we just came from. Big fields of creosote. But these very rugged mountains here. This is just a dirt road that kind of runs through here. I have yet to explore how far down it goes, but this is a nice little flat spot. There is a little fire ring over here someone put together with rocks. But unfortunately, there's all these crushed eggshells. And a lot of them are, you know, colored. You can tell it's from Easter. Someone came out and had their Easter egg hunt or something and cracked open all the hard-boiled eggs and left the shells. Those don't really decompose for like a year, so they may try to scoop those all up. I've got a shovel. If I had a rake, that would be effective. But decent little clearing here. Gonna have a friend come in, I think, this afternoon. And again, Kelly is away for a week, but probably still be here when she gets back. So should be enough room for her as well. It's not super level. I had to use some levelers on the van. We're gonna call this home for a little bit. Nice view out the window here with these mountains. It's just a beautiful day today. A little breezy. Wind's supposed to pick up this afternoon, but temps in the low 70s. Just about perfect. I gave Hobbs a grooming yesterday. He's looking pretty good. Could tell he was getting hot. His coat grows really fast. The winter we've been doing it once a month, but in the summer we might have to do more. Feeling a little cooler there, Hobbs? Yeah, it's still kind of warm. About 81 in the van here. Oh, Hobbs is just chilling out in the van, keeping cool. Try to keep it ventilated in here. We'll talk a little bit about how I kind of deal with the heat camping out here boondocking. As far as just orienting the van, trying to provide some shade and keeping the van cool. I'll give you a little glimpse at what I do. First off is I do have decent ventilation in the box fan here. I did put 2 side windows on either side and then the roof vent. So when that roof vent is on, and of course there actually is a little breeze right now coming from this direction, so I'm getting some nice cross ventilation here. And then I keep a small fan in the van too. Hobbs seems to be pretty sensitive to the heat. Oh, he's nesting, getting comfy here. So once it starts warming up in the afternoon here, I'll get this little USB fan plugged in. This works really good. It's like 3 speeds. It's super quiet. It's got a long enough cord I can plug over to my USB port here and get it pointed right on him. And you can tell he really likes it. He goes from panting to not having to pant to stay cool. So anyway, let's get outside, take a look around camp. Right off the bat, you can see I have the shade cloth up. I hang that up when it starts to get warm like this. Pretty simple. I just fold it in half and use 2 of these spring clamps here. I got those for like 99 cents at Home Depot. And the shade cloth I think came from, I want to say Harbor Freight. It was maybe $20 or so. And yeah, that comes in really handy. Just draping it like that, leaving the door open. You can see there's a little breeze, so it kind of just blows in the breeze to keep ventilated and just keeps that direct sun. So this is how I decide to park. Well, in this area it has a lot to do with how level the camp is and how I orient. But sun is rising here in the east, and of course setting over this way, the front of the van, in the west. So that way throughout the day I do get some morning sun coming directly in the back of the van, but that's the smallest amount of surface area, and with that shade cloth it really helps it keep cool. So as the sun starts to come up, of course we're still in spring, so the sun isn't directly overhead, so it's on the kind of side of the van the whole afternoon, and then towards the end of the day it's in the front of the van, and you can see I've got my windshield cover on, and that really helps keep it cool inside. I do keep a thermometer inside the van in the front of the cab, and it's always about 10 degrees warmer up front there, so I keep it separated off my little pass through there. And that's kind of how I do it. Now if we had some trees here, I'd try to park in some partial shade so I could still get sun on the solar panels and get a little shade on the van. I'm really enjoying this camp here, being right at the base of the mountains. Very nice. And I'm going to get on the motorcycle and ride up. There's a little nature area up the road. There's some hiking trails and a waterfall when it's flowing, but it's dried up right now, I believe. But it'll be still nice to get out for a hike. Kelly's been taking a lot of projects. She just finished up her seasonal job, so she's enjoying having some free time again. It was a busy tax season, so she's super excited. And yeah, back to just camp life here. Probably going to spend a few days here till it starts to warm up, and like I said, we're just going to continue rolling north and get into some higher elevations. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and end this one here. I appreciate you all joining me on our move to our new camp here. Next video, we'll be getting out and doing some fun exploring. There's some interesting things to see around this camp, so we'll take you along for the adventure on that. And yeah, dealing with this high-pitched whine that I'm getting through my mic setup on my camera. Not really sure what's causing it, which is unnerving, but I'm spending a lot of time doing some research. I've got a bunch of footage with this high-pitched whine on it that I'm going to try to hopefully be able to remedy and remove from the footage. Otherwise, that footage is kind of botched. So yeah, working hard to figure out how to deal with that and move forward. End up having problems behind the scenes often, and yeah, it just goes with the territory. But anyway, hope you're all doing well out there, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Peace.